Gainz Nation. There's a pretty good reason why me, myself, Roman Long, am not a mechanic. we we tried to replace a tire for Shay's my partner's vehicle the other day. I guess it was yesterday. Jesus, my goodness, this week is flying by. So I wake up early in the morning, and I'm looking at her car, and I'm like, looks like it's sagging a little bit. What's going on with this? So I look at the driver's side front tire, and I'm like, tire is flat. So she gets up like a couple hours later, or like a little while later, and I'm like, hey honey, I think your driver's side tire is flat. And she's like, what? She was like, someone slashed my tire. She's so extra. Hi honey, if you're watching this. she'll probably get a
If you are, please subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
But keep going, sorry.
Yeah, hit that like button, honey. But so I'm like, oh, this is a great opportunity. We've been saying that you wanted to like be shown how to replace a tire. I should not have shown her how to replace a tire. So we get out there. It starts raining a little bit. She had like one of those like the standard kit that comes with your car. So like the oh my goodness,
the standard jack. Are you talking about?
Jack. So we were having a hell of a time trying to like break the bolts from the tire. So my brother he gets like a steel piece of pipe because he's a plumber, and we're like able to like break them off no problem. Just needed more leverage. Gainz Nation, leverage. We talk about sometimes on the Gainz podcast. Mm-hmm. So we get the car jacked up, no problem. We get the bolts off. We get the tire off, and then Shay and I we get the great idea, mostly me, where I'm like, let's put the tire back in the car before we get the donut on. So we're like trying to like finagle it in, and of course we're like rocking the car back and
forth. No! Yeah, oh no! Please tell me this is not about to happen. Please tell me.
The car slips off the jack and slams on the ground. We're both like, "Oh my god, what do we do?" We like find a piece, like I don't even know what you call it. Like it's essentially like a chalk. It's just a wooden block that we're trying to like jack the car up, and I'm like, no, this is stupid. Like we're gonna get hurt. I was like, I pay for AAA. We're just gonna have AAA come, and they're gonna jack up the car for us, and they'll put the tire on. So it took a while. Like I think almost 2 hours for AAA to come, and they were just down the street too. Like they just on the other side of town. But the guy was wicked nice. He brought like a decent jack, like the one of like the floor jacks that you kind of like wheel around. Yeah. You can like pump up. This is like one of like the cheapo ones that comes with the car. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the one. Yeah, that's like it's like very small and has like a small crank on it. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
It was like the bottom was like all bent.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say. Thankfully, like you didn't like. I'm guessing here is the jack, and then here's the car. I'm guessing it went like this, right?
Yeah.
Like so the jack was on the outside of the car. Thankfully, it didn't go inside the car.
I know.
So if like the jack, if you would have dropped the car, like depending on what was there, like like the sensors that go to the engine, the exhaust, the any of the brake stuff, the rotors, anything attached to a tire by the tire, the shock, like damn. Thankfully what happened that way instead of that way. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, like here's like the tire, and here's like the outside of the vehicle. It pretty much shot.
Oh, okay. So this means you have to buy her that Grand Wagoneer now?
Yeah. So that's
yeah, because that's the car she really wants, though, right? That's like a dream car, right?
Yeah, she wants the Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited.
Is it Grand Cherokee? Okay, I thought it was the Grand Wagoneer. I don't know why I thought that. Sorry.
That's a different model, but I think it's pretty much the same thing because the Limited is like they add a third row to it for all those little chillers soon to come. Yeah. Anywho, so
Oh.
we're not proud. We are
Wait,
not.
does your shirt say Los Angeles, by the way?
It does, yeah.
Dude, there you go. Hey, he's repping. I got as you guys
Oh,
can tell, honestly, I might leave this background on probably for a while because I don't think I really need to change it. But well, I'm wearing. It's funny. I'm wearing the Suns sweater for the Phoenix Suns. I forgot they're not playing today. They're playing tomorrow. Oh well. Anyways, I'm only root for this. I only root for the Suns because we lived there and we were like, we went to 2 Suns games. But yeah, the NBA playoffs are upon us. We don't really talk about NBA that much. We talk more about NFL on the channel because I try not to bring it up because Roman doesn't watch it as much. So I don't want it to be like a one-sided conversation. But let us know who you guys are voting for in the NBA playoffs in the comments or on a post or whatever the case be being. But that's all I wanted to say. But that's a nice shirt, buddy. I like that.
Yeah,
It looks like it fits pretty well too.
yes, sir. It shows off the gains.
Yeah, this is kind of a little baggy and everything. I do have like a Cubs shirt underneath that's like polyester, but I still don't know why I don't know why polyester is the main material that's made for like workout clothes or like stretchy athletic clothes. We took like a simple 2-mile walk today. My armpits felt like I had like an ocean in like my armpits. When I wear like a con shirt, like I don't feel like that. It's like so I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of gross.
No, I know.
It does dry fast, but it makes it feel gross in the meantime.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, have you ever got like polyester shorts too? Yeah.
Yep.
Also, well, obviously, it takes a while for us to get into everything, anyways. But shout out to you guys. I did make the post today because we usually record like Wednesday or Thursday, and then we'll post either. Well, last week we posted this on the podcast on Wednesday, but the PC is working like perfectly fine. I might do some updates, but those will have to be talked about at a later time. But thank you guys for 137 audio listens within 1 week. So Roman and I get like these the emails of like the stats with like the video side of things, like YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. That kind of is like manual. I know YouTube will send like a monthly analytics, which is pretty nice, but it's been really nice, and we appreciate all the things that you guys been doing to watch this channel. So thank you guys so much. I know we did like an appreciation post, but we might as well say it on the podcast too. Roman, if you want to say anything, I'll let you go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. Hopefully this is content that's helpful. We do shoot it quite a bit. I know some people like to listen to that, like that back and forth banter, but we try to gear it towards either things that we see are relevant, like things that we might be seeing in the fitness and health space that can help to like demystify or help clear up maybe like some things that we think could be like maybe misconstrued or taken the wrong way. And we try to do it in like I would say like a commonsensical approach, or maybe add like a different type of nuance from somebody that's like, we don't have PhDs in these fields, but we both have.
I got PhD in bro science.
Yeah, we probably have like over 20 years at this point in lifting experience.
Yeah.
So I think we bring like a unique perspective to the health and fitness space. So yeah, hopefully you all are enjoying the content. If you'd like to see or hear something different, let us know. We're always receptive to that. We've had a number of great ideas in the past, and there's been a number of ideas that have helped to like inspire us to like cover certain topics, look more into topics, and bring that information to you. So appreciate all the listens, follows, and if you want to see or hear anything different, let us know, and we'll be happy to take it into consideration.
Yeah, and sorry for the goofy headphones. Like I said, I'm using the PC now, so like I'm not like on a laptop or like a stationary thing. So these are wireless, so it allows me to do them like walk, be able to sit back and relax or like move positions. So and a couple things. Also too, hopefully once I start making some of the upgrades, even though I could do it right now, but I definitely want to start doing more of like the the old school like workout videos, maybe some how-to videos. I'm gonna try to bust out the GoPro again. I'm gonna see how it works. I don't know yet. You know, obviously, I think the iPhone cameras probably shoot like pretty good video quality still for like YouTube, because honestly, like I feel like most of the YouTube content could be digested through like mobile phones, but I want to go ahead and get like the GoPro out and get the actual camera rolling again and just see what we could do with that content. I would like to do that, more of that. And also too, I know you guys are probably asking like, hey, when's the next guest coming on? And when are we going to start asking guests? That's in the works. I know I have like a buddy of mine that I said before that does like jujitsu, and he works out on the side. So, and how like he became like a better jujitsu artist, I guess you would say, and like how lifting has helped him get him there, or like be conditioned for, you know, the progression of a jiu-jitsu mixed martial artist. I definitely do plan on doing that. I unfortunately, guys, I'll tell you the truth. I did reach out to Phil Heath, and I did reach out to Mark Lobiner. Phil Heath, you probably know. He's like what, a 6-7 time Mr. Olympia. And then Mark Lobiner, he's the owner of Tiger Fitness. It's a supplement company. He partially owns like some of the supplement brands with like Mike Rashid. I think that's his name. If you remember Mike Rashid from back in the day, like he used to work out with like CT Fletcher. That's how he got like popular, and then he did his own thing. But Mark Lobiner, I actually did do 2 workouts with him when he lived in Illinois, but he lives in Tennessee now. So I think he obviously doesn't really come to Illinois that much anymore. But I did not get any responses, unfortunately. So it looks like we're not getting Phil Heath or Mark Lowrider on the Gainz podcast. But, which, Roman, I think I told you. I did tweet at Phil Heath like once or twice, and he did respond and liked my tweet. So I thought that was my in to try to make a business proposal. Little did I know, obviously, Phil Heath doesn't really want people tweeting him and asking for work. But you know, hey, you got to shoot your shot someday, right? You know, even if you turned out. So maybe we'll start a little bit lower. I think maybe once a channel gets more visibility, I think we could kind of maybe ask like people like Phil Heath or Mark Lobiner. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But if you guys have any like, you know, people that you want us to interview, talk to, work with, you know, maybe you know, tag us in the post. Maybe if you know them or know of them, and you know they ask for like people that are willing to talk to, cool, do it. Also, I guess I could bring it up. My brother, that's a doctor. He actually has a good friend that went to medical school with him, who has his doctorate in nutrition, if that's correct. Maybe it's something else. Maybe something along those lines. I'm hoping to get in touch with him to get him on the podcast, because, like I said, he does have his MD something, and I probably butcher that. And guys, like I said, don't take that to my grave. Just let me be. I'm just spitballing right here, but hoping to get that on. But yeah, that's all I wanted to bring up, Roman. Anything you want to bring up before we get into it? Because like we're like 14 minutes in, but either way.
No, if I guess all I'd say is if Gainz Nation wants to see us like interview more people, I really enjoyed that segment.
Yeah.
When we
that was like what, 3 or 4 guests on so far. That's about it.
I think so, and that was kind of early on in the pandemic, wasn't it, when we started doing that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, that was probably like 2020, I'd say. I think all those, or maybe even 21. I'm not too sure.
I think you're right, sometime around there. So if you'd like to see that, there's definitely a couple people that come to my mind that I'd like to reach out to that I think would provide perspective from like a bodybuilding, powerlifting, just like all around fitness or like lifestyle perspective. So yeah,
we're gonna get probably our buddy Alex on. That's like more functional fitness, Olympic lifting, and he did a powerlifting meet. So that's really interesting in all those categories too. So
absolutely.
But yeah, that's what I want to bring up, because like I feel like, you know, we talk about growth, we talk about things with like, you know, how we could become better. we're obviously trying not to be stale for y'all. You know, obviously this is a hobby for Roman and I, and we're coming in at 4 years, 3 years, 3 years. This is our 4th year. This is going to be our 4th year.
I think, yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah, because 2019 of October and November, right?
Yeah, I think October will make the fourth year. It'll be like it'll be completing the 3rd year, going into the 4th year, I think.
Yeah. So obviously we want to do this, and we want to make sure we're making it enjoyable for everybody. It's enjoyable for us. It's pretty easy for us to do. So let us know. We could obviously be better. But Roman, what do you want to talk about today, buddy? Or unless you want me to bring up the topic, it's up to you.
No, I can.
I'm gonna go let the dog in. Just go ahead. I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Gainz Nation. We are talking about respect in the gym, or gym culture today. It's a fascinating topic because I actually haven't been in a gym in quite a while. I pretty much do solely basement workouts at the moment. I have a pretty good setup here. But I live with my brother and my partner, so there are some other people that are in the basement. So I can talk from that perspective, and then I have a lot of experience in the gym, so I can also talk from that perspective. But in general, I would say respect in the gym just comes down to like respecting people and their space in the gym. When I lived in Chicago, I had a membership at Fitness Formula Club, FFC, for a little while. And
that's like for the ballers, by the way, guys. If you even been to a Chicago gym, these are the high rollers. Obviously, you're listening to a high roller right now when Roman's talking about this.
Oh yeah, big, be walking over here. But I really enjoyed my time in FFC. It was quite pricey, the membership. So I think I did it for like 3 months, and then I ended up on the Well and Target plan through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. I think Antoine and I have talked about this in the past. It was like $25 a month. It was pretty dope. Could go to like just about any LA Fitness that I wanted. There was a local gym that I went to for the most part. But while I was there working at FFC, it would be mobbed. We're talking hundreds of people. Massive gym, tons of different rigs. Maybe like the one downtown by Union Station, it probably had, let me count, over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 or 8 different like full squat rack setups. And if you went like during lunch, before work, just after work, absolutely mobbed. Like every single setup would be taken. So it was busy. It was very, very, very busy. Oftentimes, I think I was running squat, bench, deadlift. It was some sort of SBD program from it wasn't the Texas fives. What was it again? It was squat, bench, deadlift, and overhead press. Why can I not think of that guy? He has a gym in Texas. He's like an old school power lifter, old school like coach. This is killing me. Anywho, I'll try and
Are you talking about the guy who trained with like Ronnie Coleman or no?
No. He's got
Johnny
like
Candido?
No, not Johnny.
I know you said old guy.
Too. Oh my goodness, this is horrible. This is so funny because it like goes to show that like the amount of fitness content I've consumed has definitely gone down recently. When I think of his name, I'll send it over. But he has a program. Essentially, it's like 5 sets of 5 or 3 sets of 5 of squat, bench, deadlift, and
Are you talking about the guy who made Starting Strength or
Strength? Yes. Starting Strength. Thank you. That was the Starting Strength program. Is what I started back in on because like those were the lifts I wanted to focus on, and I was like, this is perfect. And it's very much like routine.
Mark Rippetoe.
Yeah, Mark Rippetoe.
I did a quick Google search in the background.
That so listen to this, Mark, thanks for tuning in. Sorry, I forgot your name. My goodness. But it's a very like commonsensical, routinized program where it's like you do squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press every single workout. And I think I was going to the gym like 3-4 times a week at that point, and I was still running a decent amount too. So the goal is every time you go, you add 5 pounds, add 5 pounds, add 5 pounds, add 5 pounds, add 5 pounds every single time. It works magic. Like out of nowhere, like you get up to some pretty respectable numbers, and like you're pretty pumped, and like you're proud of yourself because you made some like solid progress. You can see like you might have started off with like benching the bar, and then after like 10 weeks you're at 95 pounds, and like you're doing it like 5 reps, and you're like stoked. So was going to FFC, super packed, and I might have wanted to start on squat, but like all the squat racks might have been taken. So proper gym etiquette dictates that you like wait till somebody finishes a set, and like oftentimes they might take their headphones on, they might not, but you can approach somebody and like ask like, hey, what's going on, man? Like looking to get squats in, like how many more sets do you have? And that person will tell you. And typically if they're going to be there for a while, like some people are, like they might be doing like German volume training, which we've covered on the podcast before. They might be on set 2 of 10. So like, I'm going to be here for a while. I'm running like German volume training. I still have 8 more sets. So in that case, like, oh, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. You don't want to be waiting around for 8 sets. What I would usually do, because I ran into the situation, I then go to the person like next to them on the other side, whatever, walk up to them. Hey, how's it going? How are you? How many more sets do you have? I'm wrapping up my last set. Oh, cool. Do you mind if I like jump in after you or something along those lines? Or with that other person, you can ask like, hey, can I jump in with you? And it's okay. And they can say no. Like they might be like, oh, I'm particular about this, that, another thing, a germ thing. With COVID, there's still people that are anxious about that. A lot of different things. So it's okay to approach somebody and do it like, cordially, being like nice, kind. The 3 different qualities that I think that we need to approach just about every situation is treating someone with kindness, dignity, and respect. I think if we treat each individual that we interact with on a daily basis with kindness, dignity, and respect, it's hard not to have that person like give that back to you in return.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like, going up to a squat rack, that's what I would say if you need to do a squat or bench or, deadlift or, overhead press. Typically those will be done in a squat rack. If we're talking about like a dumbbell rack or something along those lines, I worked out at Planet Fitness for quite a while once I moved back to Massachusetts. And that also gets slammed after work. It was like really cool to see. I was like, oh man, my sleepy town is popping right now. So there'd be times where like the types of weight, the weight that you wanted in the dumbbell rack, for example, wasn't there. So, and it would be tight. There was, I think, like 6 different stations, maybe 5, maybe 7. But each of the stations might have been taken up, and you wanted to get dumbbells so you could do straight leg deadlifts, so you could do curls, you could do overhead press, whatever it might be. So once again, like wait for people to finish their set. Like don't go in front of somebody if they're working on their set, unless there's adequate space that you're not invading their personal bubble. Go over there, be quick when you're like navigating that narrow lane. I'd go grab my weight and then oh, excuse me, oh sorry, do you mind if I like cut in here quick, grab my weight, and then I get the heck out of the way. What do you think about some of those ideas around like proper gym etiquette or respect in the gym, buddy?
No, I like all of them. I was gonna say that's probably half of the things I was gonna say anyways. More or less, I wanted to talk about all those TikTok lifters with the pajama pants, the Nike shoes, and the Dago tees on, or the A tank or the white tank, whatever you want to call them. But anyways, that's a side joke, because that's pretty much like what's in the fitness industry. That's probably gonna be the title of this podcast. What is a TikTok lifter? And then they're gonna be like, what the hell? What did I just click on? But no, I like it. The only thing I would add is I think people are sometimes like they'll like do like a smug look. They'll kind of be disappointed, or they won't have the time of the day to ask people. like what you're saying, like, hey, how many more sets do you have? Honestly, if you saw me in the gym, like as much as I've been lifting for a long time, and like I've been lifting in a gym, and I don't really do home workouts like Roman, but like I've been consistently still in the gym. Um, I would love for you to like come up to me and be like, "Hey, can I work in with this?" Not only it gives me more rest time, also too, it also allows me to like kind of get to know someone else in the gym, and also too, it helps like someone have a smoother time, maybe a faster time in and out of the gym. Because I know a lot of the people, like everyone's got their like their shit going on in life, if that makes sense. They always have, we always have somewhere to go. And we can't lollygag all the time, obviously, but a lot of the times, like I'll see someone like looking, but most of the time I'm on the spectrum. It's like the opposite. I'm more of someone like walking by me, or they're kind of like looking at the thing I'm using, like a machine mostly, and I'm like, hey, let's go work in. Or sometimes like so sometimes like I'll like to use a mirror, and like sometimes I'll deadlift in front of a squat rack, and there's like at this one gym there's only one rack in front of the squat rack, or in front of the mirror, sorry, and there's like a bunch of racks like in the middle, but they don't have any mirrors. Because I always want to look at myself, and I can't stand to work out without looking at myself, obviously. But but I there's someone that looked like they wanted a squat or something. I'm like, hey, I'll move over a little bit. Why don't you get your squats in? Like it, I only did it because that's literally the barbell is right there. I just usually, put the bar on the ground. So I'm mostly on the opposite side of that spectrum. Um, the only thing I wanted to add, because Roman, you added pretty much like a lot of the things I wanted to say, is honestly, if you're working in a group, right? Like, so like no, obviously this isn't my gym. Roman doesn't own his own gym besides his basement stuff. It's not like we own these gyms when we're going to these workout areas and these workout gyms. But if you're working out with groups of people, and like let's just say that gets you to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, you're making progress, you're making gains, good, right? That's awesome. But see, the thing is, the only problem I have with like group training, and the only problem like other people probably have, is when like the group is actually getting kind of loud. I'll give you an example. So I don't know. I did post it. I posted the 275-pound bench the other day on Instagram, and I don't know if you saw, but like there's kids in the background on the right of me. They're benching, and it was a group of kids. There's like 3, 4 kids, maybe even 5, and consistently they'll come in. And when I was like doing one of my sets, it wasn't that recorded set, but I was doing 275. Now, I'm not going to say this is like a lot of weight, but remember, we're trying to keep like a safe area for people lifting. And like one of them was like slamming the weights. One of them threw the plate like on the ground, and then like was like making loud noises while I was like doing one of my sets. And like I'm listening to music, but that could be a safety issue, right? So like, sometimes people get freaked out, and like what if I freaked out and like dropped the barbell? Like what if I like freaked out and like shifted my body, like like what if someone needed help? So some people have like that instinct where they just they need they want to see what's going on, like what is someone hurt, like, and it's right next to me too. So I would say slamming the weight and kind of being like loud and obnoxious could kind of create an unsafe environment, especially people who are lifting heavier weights, trying to be safe. Because I think especially when people are doing like powerlifting, Olympic lifting, I think it's hard to understand, like that could, one false move can knock you out, not to quote a Ludacris song right now, but 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 that's what I wanted to add. Like obviously enjoy the time. Like one of the best times was when I worked out with Roman and our friend Billy at FFC, and I never got to do that a lot. But we didn't sit there and just yell the whole time. We didn't throw weights. We were just having a good lift. Or when I started lifting with my brother and his friend, when they started showing me the ropes when I was in high school. So I think that's like the only thing I wanted to add. Not too much of a complaint, right? We're not like trying to complain. We're not trying to sound like old grumpy men. We're just trying to bring it up as a topic, and like maybe how we could like give solutions, right? So, I do if I do see it again, I'll probably like next time say like, hey, as like a safety concern, I'm not gonna tell the front desk like, hey, those kids are being, they're interrupting me. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, Roman, with the etiquette.
Nice. I like it, buddy. No, it's good. It's good. I feel like it just comes down to like trying to respect the people around you, do unto others as you do like unto yourself type situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've definitely been in a situation where like I've like answered a phone call in the middle of the gym, and afterwards I'm like, oh, maybe I should have stepped out. Maybe I should have gone to the locker room or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So stuff does happen, but if we all work together, I think we can make like the gym a better, more like welcoming environment. Some people come in and they're very intimidated, so to see certain things that might discourage them from coming, and I think that's the opposite of what many of us want. We want to
Yeah.
see people coming in, people working on themselves, like bettering themselves, their health, working towards a goal, that kind of thing.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening, watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please share the podcast with some friends, or if you want us to talk about any other topics. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.